Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. Purple and white, but you know what I mean. Double 11 senior year made history. Football, we took it to the playoffs. Collegeville, white and purple, yeah, we are the K-House. I said the K-House, the school of champions. We laugh a lot, we rap a lot. I'm asked I be an Indian again. I'm telling them that Collegeville is where it's at. So when we on the field of court, they better be aware of that. They scared of that. Of course, look at the ceiling. What up, Mr. Floyd? Yeah, it's Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long, I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm about my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapin' crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play with sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm in the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Look, all the freshmen, sophomores,
High school,
juniors,
champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
And a very good evening to everyone, and welcome to Granite City High School here in the hustle bustle town of Granite City. We are at Gene Baker Field. Right on the other side of the press box is Kevin Greenfield. One plays football, one plays soccer. We're here for a little soccer action tonight as your Collinsville K-Hawks get ready to take on the Granite City Warriors. We welcome you in to the pregame show tonight, brought to you by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, and great service is served up daily at LC's Pub in Caseyville. 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, just a stone's throw away from K-Hawk Stadium there. Kind of caddy corner. You can call in for carry-out orders at LC's Pub. That phone number would be 618-855-9007. I recommend the Italian beef sandwich. It is yummy. Collinsville, they come into this contest. This is the regular season finale, by the way. Last game of the year for your Collinsville K-Hawks while the Blues start off their season. I just found that kind of ironic. Collinsville 10-6-1 on the year under their seventh-year head coach, Rob Luggie, who now has a record of 112 wins, 41 losses, and 6 ties. Granite City, they are struggling a bit this year, 2-8-3 as they come into this contest. Their head coach also in his 7th year. That would be Ryan Reeves. Ryan has a record of 41 wins, 74 losses, and 13 ties. Collinsville coming off a 5-2 overtime win against O'Fallon in the last regular season game at Kahok Stadium Tuesday night, and that saw Collinsville clinch the Southwestern Conference Championship for the 4th straight year. 3rd straight year outright they had to share with Edwardsville in 2020. Kahok senior Adam Reiniger scored 3 goals in the overtimes to break a 2-2 tie after regulation. Chris Munoz and Juan Carlos Doria scored goals in regulation for Collinsville's other 2 tallies before Reiniger's overtime heroics. Collinsville finished 8-2 in conference play, 1 game better than the 7-3 Edwardsville Tigers and 2 games clear of the 6-4 O'Fallon Panthers. Granite City, well, they've suffered through a very tough year in Granite City soccer standards. The 10-time state champs have only won 2 games on the season, a 2-0 win at Mater Dei back on September the 14th and a 1-0 home win over Jabot just 9 days ago. Granite City has 3 2-2 ties on the year, back-to-back matches at Freeburg and Father McGivney, and their last game, which was Tuesday night, also ended in a 2-2 tie with Alton. And the Warriors' 8 losses, half of them came via the shutout. Granite City is 0-3-1 versus Southwestern Conference teams this year. The last time Granite City only won 2 matches in a season was 2017. That was Ryan Reeves' first year as head coach. They went 2-15-1. Just 2 seasons ago, though, Ryan Reeves and his Warriors went 11-9-2 for the last winning season here at Granite City High School. I had a chance just a little while ago to catch up with Rob Lugge. It is the Paz Cup. They are celebrating and trying to raise money and awareness for Alex Paz, who has been diagnosed with liver cancer. We are hoping to get Alex up in the press box at halftime for an interview, but we don't know if that's going to happen or not. We hope it does. I'll let you know, of course, when halftime rolls around. When it does. JV team, they won here 1-0 against Granite City, and the only goal came from sophomore forward Jeremy McDaniel with about 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. So JV team wins. Varsity trying to do the same thing. You're going to see a lot of mixing and shuffling going on here between both teams. I heard Coach Reeves up here in the box when he was dropping off his starters tell the PA announcer that they're going to, start with their usual guys, and then they're going to sub them out, and Coach Lugge pretty much says the same thing in the interview, which you will hear next after we come back from a timeout here on the LC's Pub pregame show on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahawks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahok Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Ragg, your Benjamin F. Edwards financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Ragg is a proud supporter of your Collinsville Kahawks and the Kahok Sports Network, as well as the Kahok Educator of the Month Award. For all of your investment needs, see financial advisor and investment vice president Jason Regg at the Benjamin F. Edwards office in Edwardsville at 1012 Plummer Drive, or call Jason Regg at 618-307-7048, or visit benjaminfedwards.com. Benjamin F. Edwards, members SIPC.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. And we welcome you back into the LC's Pub pregame show here on the Kahok Sports Network. We are in Granite City at Gene Baker Field. It is the regular season finale for your Collinsville Kahawks, as well as the Granite City Warriors, as that's what we're in Granite City to do, take on the Warriors. Joining us now is Collinsville head coach Rob Lugie. Coach, we are here for a soccer game, but also a pretty special reason for the soccer game. This is the first annual Paz Cup to help out our buddy Alex Paz.
Yeah, I know it's a big night. You know, Alex is a mainstay in just the community. So whenever the idea came up about, you know, hosting the fundraiser for him, it was, you know, all go. Like, you know, everything. You know, he's a good guy. He does a lot for the boys. So, you know, we're just happy to be a part of it.
All right, let's talk about a little soccer action. Southwestern Conference champions for the third straight year outright, fourth year with that share job you had to do with Edwardsville back in 2020. So Southwestern Conference champs, how's that sound? Does it keep on sounding good every year?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's like I like to say, our conference is one of the most difficult conferences to play in the state of Illinois, and the fact that we have consistently been at the top, it means a lot. You know, it's a testament to the work that the boys put in. You know, it's a good feeling, but you know, we have to move past it now because we have other things to do.
All right, well, I'm not going to move past it yet. Tell me a little bit about the O'Fallon game, man. I was doing volleyball that night. Chris Keller kept on sending me text messages. Sounded like a pretty good match even before you had to go to overtime.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think for probably the first 35 minutes, we played really well. We moved the ball, maintained possession. We're in and out of spaces. We made one error, and they capitalized on it. But well, we didn't freak out. We just kind of kept playing, you know, and we were very patient. And then, you know, in a build-up where, you know, Landon Mahat played a great ball for Juan in the box, and he just, you know, laid it right past the goalie. It was a nice build-up. And then, like 4 minutes later, maybe like with 10 seconds left, I know Chris, he beat a guy. I was yelling at him to shoot, and then he beat another guy. I was yelling at him to shoot, and then he finally did, and, you know, it worked out well. You know, second half, they came out flying, like, and good for them. We kind of expected it to. I think we got a little complacent, and we're just, you know, trying to hold on. And, you know, even when we talk about don't doing it, you know, they're high school boys. You know, so Fallon came to play, and they got a goal, and, you know, and then it became more of a back and forth game. But I think in the overtime, you know, we just kind of stepped up. We did what was needed, and we played well, you know, and we didn't just play well to get the PK and get a goal. We got three magical goals. So, you know, it was a good finish for the night. I really wish it didn't last that long. I was pretty tired after that.
I was surprised when Chris Keller told me that Adam Reiniger was playing. I didn't know exactly when he was going to come back. I didn't know the prognosis on it. So, but nice to have him back. And man, I mean, 3 goals in an overtime, that's pretty unique.
Yeah, the plan was to have him play maybe like 8 minutes at a time, just kind of work him back in. But things change. And when he got out there, he was fine. We kind of, directed him to do things a little bit differently, and he was able to, just to kind of get touches on the ball, but, not get hit. So lucky for us, he was able to get out there, move the ball, and then over time he found himself in good spots. Sam Garofalo for that PK, he did a great job getting into the box, taking a guy one-on-one, and Adam stepped up and hit it. It wasn't his best PK, but it went in. Then the head ball goal just a couple minutes later. And then in the composure with the ball off the corner kick, for him to be able to bring that ball down and then, find a corner, the goalie's right side, it's a big deal. He's just special around the box.
All right, so that takes us to tonight's contest. First of all, the overall general health of your team as you play this last regular season finale, and what does that mean for your boys tonight? Are you going to be shuffling guys in and out?
Yes, that's the plan. Again, but plans always change. I think tonight more is, while it's a soccer game, it's for Alex. Like that's kind of the big thing, and then we're going to play soccer afterwards. The goal would be to, get some of younger players some minutes, get some other guys on and off, and rest some bodies because, playoffs come quick and, there are no days off when it comes there.
All right, so what's going to take place between tomorrow and that first playoff game on Tuesday?
Well, hopefully tomorrow it's a nice rest day after a victory. Saturday train, Sunday everybody gets the day off. I have to coach 9-year-old soccer and, do some stuff at my son's school. And then Monday we train again, and prepare for Quincy. We watch a lot of game film, and just be ready. Quincy's going to be a tough opponent. They work hard. They're going to come in ready to play, just like they did last year. So we just need to be able to take care of business.
Thanks for the visit, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Rob Lugie, your Collinsville Kahok soccer head coach. We'll take a break here on the LC's Pub pregame show, and when we come back, we'll throw some starters your way for both sides. All that and more coming up on the Kahok Sports Network. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahok fans, before, after, or even during Kahok games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahok games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahok fans' pub of choice. No one likes a dirty house. It's work that almost no one wants to do. Why not get someone to do that work for you? Kara Gray with Rags to Riches Cleaning Service would love to take that task off your to-do list. Kara is a homegrown Collinsville High School graduate and the owner of Rags to Riches. From floors to ceilings, from baseboards to light fixtures, Rags to Riches can clean them all. No job is too big or too small. Call Kara Gray at Rags to Riches Cleaning Service to schedule a free estimate today at 618-979-9634 or visit Rags to Riches Cleaning Service on Facebook. Are you in need of a new mailbox to go with your new home? How about a new mailbox to replace your old one? Look no further than Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. From economy to custom, Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can create a mailbox that suits your needs. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes is licensed and insured. They use only high-quality materials and offer a satisfaction guarantee policy. Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes can also make your very own axe throwing set, hanging or standing. Whether you need that axe throwing set or a new mailbox, you need Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes in Collinsville. For more information, get a hold of Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes at 618-680-0208 or online at needanewmailbox.com. And welcome back once again to Granite City High School. Gene Baker Field is where we are. This is the first annual Paz Cup, as they are trying to raise money, also honor Alex Paz, who was a graduate here of Granite City High School, played soccer right here on this very field with the legendary Gene Baker, and now he is going through
a little bit of a battle with liver cancer diagnosis he received just a couple of weeks ago. And there is Clay Smith outplacing the trophy. I got a couple of pictures. I'll post those a little bit later with the game recap as both teams come out onto the field. And Alex is getting ready to come onto the field as well. So we're going to step aside and turn up microphones and let you guys listen to what's going on here.
David and Tim Paz, please join us on the field.
Well, I was kind of under the impression that they were going to do a little speech and talk about, maybe that's at halftime. I'm not sure. I know the guy was up here in the press box kind of looking over the speech that he all had planned out, so I guess that's a halftime thing. I understood that they're only going to do the 50-50 drawing at halftime, and it's just going to be a regular 10-minute halftime, so I'm not really sure what else is going on, but nevertheless,
Stick with it, I
I
guess.
like Alex showing up in the half and half purple and half red shirt to represent both Granite City and Collinsville, so I thought that was pretty cool.
And they got the teams on each side, so it's also perfect the way they're facing.
Yeah.
Kahok to his right and Granite to his left.
Yeah.
Which just the way his shirt is.
Of course, we wish him nothing but the best. I know that it's a trying time for the Paz family, and he's got one of those, I guess it's not so rare, but a rare instance of a partial transplant will not work, so he cannot get a partial liver from a live donor. He needs an entirely new liver, and he's on a transplant wait list for that. And we hope that one day soon he'll get that phone call that he and his family are looking forward to getting. At any rate, we do have some soccer. I did take a nice couple of pictures of that trophy down there when they had it displayed on the table as you came in the complex here. So we'll post those on with the wrap-up story when I get back home tonight at the end of this contest. All right. The players have already warmed up, as you saw when we were doing the pregame interview with Coach Loogie, so we have nothing left to do really except for give you some starters, and here are the starters. We'll begin with Granite City in goal, Tyler Lakin. He is a junior. Drake Reeves on defense, another junior, a freshman. Carson Williams, a midfielder. David Ruiz, he is a senior. Elijah Blaylock is a midfielder and a sophomore. R.J. Brookshire, a junior midfielder. Armando Hernandez, a junior forward. Another junior midfielder in Patrick French. Seth Blaylock is a junior forward. Nash Young, a junior midfielder. And Ryan Rash on defense. He is also a junior. Collinsville, just like Granite City, they have their regular starters in, but it's not going to stay that way. I overheard Coach Ryan Reeves talking up here in the press box that as this game goes along, he'll sub out his starters as well because both teams have a playoff game coming up on Tuesday. Collinsville, of course, going to Edwardsville to take on Quincy. And Granite City, unfortunately, they get the number 1 seed and the O'Fallon Panthers, and that'll be at Belleville West also on Tuesday. By the way, Channel 2 is here as well, so if you want to watch coverage of this a little bit later on, Jeff Bernthal was here, so Fox 2 News will have a little bit about what's going on here tonight if you want to catch that newscast. I'm hoping to get home in time to watch the ones at 11 o'clock because by then Channel 5 and everybody's already off the air with their news. Anyway, here are the starters for your Collinsville Kahawks. In goal will be the sophomore Braden Henson. He was in goal the other night in that big win over O'Fallon. Dane Compton, a senior defender. Trey Peterson, a senior midfielder. Adam Reiniger back in the mix. Came back after an injury in that Tuesday night game that went over O'Fallon. He is a senior forward, of course. Landon Mahat celebrating birthday number 18 today. Happy birthday to Landon. He is a senior midfielder. Ty Starko, a sophomore midfielder. Sam Garofalo, a senior forward. Chris Munoz, a midfielder who is a junior. TJ Carter, another sophomore midfielder. And Braden Borm, as well as Joey Morales. Borm, a defender. He's a senior, and Morales, a defender as well. And he is a junior. And the pep band is here and ready to play the national anthem here in just a moment. Here's a little up-close look. This is how close we have to get when the play comes down here. Yeah. There's John Mode and Clay Smith, the two athletic directors, along with Alex, as they're finishing up announcing the starters here. The only thing left to do is play the national anthem. So we are going to step aside for just a moment, let the pep band play the national anthem, and we will be back after a timeout coming up here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition in Pontoon Beach provides complete commercial, industrial, and residential demolition and excavating services. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is family owned and operated by former Kahok since 1980 and have over 4 decades serving the Metro East. Schaefer Excavating and Demolition is your choice for quality and experienced work at a reasonable price. Schaefer's does jobs of any size, whether digging for water and sewer lines, site preparation, or building demolition. Schaefer's can do it all. Schaefer's Excavating and Demolition also sells backfill, topsoil, loam, and other materials. Licensed, bonded, and insured, from earth moving and land clearing to building and demolition and road construction to septic and sewer system work. Call the experienced crew at Schaefer Excavating and Demolition, 618-931-6237.
And once again, welcome back to Granite City High School, Gene Baker Field. My name is Todd Duke. On the other microphone is Chris Kettler, operating the camera and playing the color commentary role tonight. He's got a hard task tonight, man, because this is one of the rare places where you just cannot set up your camera to go to stop going up and down and just do the left and right thing. Because here, man, the sideline is right underneath our press box, so he's going to be a little busy.
I had to double team this here because
Yeah.
when I turn it, I don't see nothing.
I don't think you can do that either, can you? No, you can only do that up and down. So, yeah, just do the best you can, man. When it comes over that way, I'll see if I can help you out a little bit. We'll tag team it. All right.
All right, so here they're saying something about Alex, I believe.
Yes.
Thank you for your attendance at tonight's Paz Cup. 100% of the proceeds made from tonight's event will go back to Alex and his family to help offset the cost of his medical needs. The effects of cancer are far-reaching, and the Kahok warrior communities are no exception. Let's give Alex and his family a big round of applause and show our support to let him know that you will never walk alone.
All right. I thought they were going to do that little spiel there a little earlier than what they did, but yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbled in this instance. So we are just about ready to go. Collinsville wearing the white, Granite City wearing the red. Granite City will get first offensive touch on the ball, and we are just about ready to get underway. Collinsville won the JV game by a score of 1-0, a score with about 3.5 minutes to go by Jeremy McDaniel was the only tally of that game. Waiting for the referees to finish doing their scouting report.
Here we go.
There we go. We are underway, and Granite City gets the ball first. Out of midfield, we understand that this is going to be the last game played here on this grass turf here at Gene Baker Field. They're going to rip all this stuff up, I think, in the next week or so. And they're hoping to have everything turfed back up and ready to go before the girls' soccer season starts in March. So no more grass here at Gene Baker Field, which looks pretty good, by the way, because apparently last year both the boys and the girls teams played right over our shoulder here at the football field that's been newly turfed as well. And that allowed for a little healing and for a little grass maintenance there on this this grass field. Out of bounds here on the sideline. Throw in coming up here from Sam Garofalo. Garofalo throws the ball over into the corner area and finds the birthday boy, Landon Mahat. And Mahat will take it from the sideline and take it back out to Garofalo. And Garofalo into the middle finds Borm, and Borm looking to pass, does so over onto the far side to Trey Peterson. Peterson puts it inside the box, almost trying to spring Chris Munoz there. And then Granite City comes away with the ball. They'll send it up the far sideline. And with it is TJ Carter. Back to the defense it goes. Back out toward midfield as Collinsville will play with the wind at their back. When I got here, man, that wind was gusting. About 16, 17 miles per hour. It looks to have slowed down a little bit since the sun has set, but it'll still play a role here tonight. Here is Starko stepping up from the defense. Got a little bit of a log jam there. Got sandwiched between Patrick Fritz and Armando Hernandez, but Collinsville stays with it, and almost a trip over there on the far side of the box. At the end line, Peterson tries to slam one in toward the middle, but it banks right off of the legs of Elijah Blaylock, and Peterson stays with it the whole way. Now over on the far side, put into the box, but kicked right back out, and Granite City will send it back out toward midfield. Here is Hernandez. Hernandez trying to approach that midfield circle. Does so with a little bit of a pass and a ricocheted ball that'll find the foot of Nash Young. Young sends it over here onto this near side for Blaylock. Blaylock into the middle, but that's rejected by Compton. Compton, one of the steadiest defensive players you'll ever see, sends it all the way back down into the Collinsville offensive zone. The object of this game tonight is to come out without any players hurt. That ball's across the line, and Collinsville will have a throw-in right underneath us as Reiniger gives the ball up and does so to Joey Morales. So Morales will have the throw-in right underneath our location. Does so right off of the head of Ryan Rash. And now Compton with it for Collinsville. Compton sends it back to Starko. We are 3 minutes into this contest. No score yet between Collinsville and Granite City. We'll see how long that both of these coaches want to keep their regular starters in, knowing that this is the last regular season game of the year. It doesn't mean much for any team, either one of these two teams. As I mentioned earlier, both of them have a playoff date on Tuesday night.
Yeah, how things have changed. This used to be the big, fierce Southwestern Conference rivalry, and now it's just kind of a tack-on game here at the end of the season since Granite City's not in the conference anymore. And, yeah, a lot of soccer teams are kind of clearing out their schedule for that last week, trying to play as few games as possible and get healthy for the playoffs.
That's a wise thing to do, but also you have to take into consideration that not playing your starters for the last week of the season may cause a little rust, but we'll hope everybody's going to be okay. I know they put a lot of effort and energy into that game Tuesday night against O'Fallon, the last home game, and with the Southwestern Conference on the line, we can understand why. Popped over the head of Mahat. Into the box he goes, and looking for a little help, sends one out to Trey Peterson, a little bit too far on the pass for Peterson to handle it cleanly. And Peterson cuts in, splits the defense, got an opportunity, puts one up front, and that one goes a little bit wide off of Chris Munoz. And Collinsville had the best opportunity there, even though it goes wide. 35 and a half minutes to go here in this first half. No score between Collinsville and Granite City. Very nice, comfortable evening. Made it up to about 80 degrees today. That's going to change. Got some rain moving in tomorrow. Last weather forecast I saw this morning before I left for work had a thin line of thunderstorms rolling through Collinsville about 6 p.m. tomorrow night. So I'm hoping that that's a little off. We can get them out here a little earlier, and we won't have any delays with tomorrow night's football game against Cahokia. Now that's tomorrow's problem, not today's problem. Here is Collinsville. Munoz gets the ball up, and Granite City sends it right back. What is that? The band is playing while the game is going on. That's strange.
Yeah, I didn't see that in a while. And
No.
I guess they were granted permission to do that, or
I guess.
I don't know if you would normally.
Here is Reiniger. Reiniger sends it back toward the middle. Munoz off of his ankle, and Borm gets a hold of it. Now Munoz sends it up into the middle, trying to find Mahat, but it just skips past him, and Seth Blaylock ends up with it on his shoe. And back out to midfield we go. Collinsville, they'll come away with it, though. And Dane Compton will politely send the ball upfield, and it'll roll out of bounds right at the end of the Kahok bench. So Granite City will have a throw in. I hope they don't do this the whole game.
Is this light always on? Oh,
Yeah.
It went off. Oh, it went off.
I don't know. I don't usually look at the front of the camera. I'm usually behind it. Here is Collinsville with another opportunity in close. Trey Peterson tries to get there, but Tyler Lakin got there first. Some of the numbers that we have for you. Lakin on the year, 1,040 minutes. He is 2-8-3. He's given up 35 goals on the year for a 2.69 goals against average. Braden Henson with that game on Tuesday night now has 775 minutes on the year. And Braden is 6-2-1. Couple of solo shutouts to his credit. Both he and Robbie Freeman have given up just 11 goals on the year. Braden Henson's goals against average is a 1.14, and he saves about 78% of the shots that come his way. Granite City with an offensive opportunity, and
Corner kick coming up.
they'll get a corner kick. First one of the game for either team. Hopefully my head doesn't get in the way here. I got to bend down and look out the window. This is a very small field. It is wider, though, than the football field is, so that's why they continue playing over here. Here's the corner kick try. Right down the middle it goes, out front, and Granite City got a leg on it first, but Collinsville got the second hit and got it out of harm's way for a moment anyhow, as Collinsville looks to get it back out for another offensive opportunity. Ball heads over here to this sideline, and circling with it is Blaylock. Blaylock sends it back out front, but off of a leg and to Reiniger. Reiniger finds Joey Morales. Morales sends it up front off of Munoz, but Munoz got pushed from behind by David Ruiz, so Collinsville will get a free kick from midfield with 32 and a half minutes to play here in this first half.
Thought Munoz had a pretty good game on Tuesday against
Scored a goal.
Fallon. Put in a goal, had some other opportunities, and he was really a force in there throughout that game and had some good opportunities in the second half that just didn't convert, but he had a pretty good game.
Here is Morales. He'll send the ball up. Trey Peterson trying to get a little farther up as the band chimes in again. TJ Carter with it. Over to Mahat. Mahat back to Carter. Carter with a burst of steam comes into the box, and Mahat sends it into the middle, and Garofalo sends it too high and over the back of the net with 31:45 left to play here in this first half. Of course, we wrap up our week tomorrow with a little Kahok football. That's going to be a good game, I think. Cahokia comes into town with a 4-3 record, just like Collinsville. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Next week, we start playoff action. Collinsville taking on Quincy from Edwardsville. That's the last game of the regional semifinals. The first one pits Edwardsville against either Alton or Springfield Co-op. That's a 5 o'clock game, and we have the 7 o'clock game.
Quincy, tough team. They won their conference. Their record is slightly below 500, but they're still pretty good. Cats had their hands full with them last year.
Yeah, they sure did. I remember that. Ball sent down. Collinsville looking for a little offense here. Here is Peterson. Trey Peterson trying to split the defense. He does with a nice pass out to Mahat. Mahat with a shot. Oh, what a save over there by Lakin. That was a beautiful save. And Collinsville had the best opportunity thus far, and that was a good major league save there by Lakin.
Yeah, surprised he was able to know that ball was going to get that high on him and got his hands up and got that knocked away.
Throw in comes in, and Munoz out front. He's got 3 guys wearing the red jerseys in front of him. He's trying to fight his way through it, but he did not win that battle, although he gave it a whale of an effort. Granite City comes away with it, and they'll send it back to the defense. Defense will send it back up to midfield, but doesn't make it that far as it goes into a nicely packed Kahok cheering section over there on the far side. Granite City, they're packed in over there as well, as both these schools have a particular affection for Alex Paz. He does a great job chronicling both sports and life that goes on in both Granite City and Collinsville. As we have our first substitution, Ben Wilson will come into the game for Granite City. He'll take the place of Patrick French, probably one of many substitutions you'll find here tonight. We're hoping to talk to Jeff Hayes if he remembers to come up after this game is over with, as the JV team ended their season tonight. This was their final game. They finished the year 11-5-1. As the varsity side trying to pick up win number 11 themselves. Here is Peterson. Peterson sends it into the box. Here is Mahat. Mahat ran out of room, gives it back to Peterson. He tried to get the shot off, but that ends up ricocheting off one of the Granite City players and then off of the scoreboard over there.
I believe this is probably only the second game the Cahoks have played on grass all year. The only other game I think was Chatham Glenwood, so definitely some adjustments here. when you're usually used to playing on turf.
Yeah. Collinsville with their first corner kick of this game. Comes from the far side, sent right down the middle, and oh boy, that was off of the head of Dane Compton. And then in turn, it went off of the head of Drake Reeves. Reeves, a junior, played in that JV game. I was watching him there at the end, man. He took a couple of knocks off the head, and he shook it off like nothing really happened. Another corner kick, but it turns into a corner pass, and that's off of the top of the crossbar. And Collinsville with a couple of good opportunities here on 2 corner kicks. They got a shot on goal on the last one, but nothing to show for it.
Lakin knocked it away from himself. He just got lucky that it went off the crossbar and not in the net.
Yep. Got a little assistance from the crossbar. Here is the aforementioned Drake Reeves. Reeves sends the ball up to midfield and finds the newly inserted Ben Wilson. We're just under 28 minutes to go here in this first half. No score as that ball ends up going into the crowd of cheerleaders and the band members and the dance team and a whole host of other people that are on there. They're like just barely off of the playing field. Barely off that white stripe that you probably can't see on your screen. There's TJ Carter with a throw in. Carter throws it into Juan Carlos Doria. He had a goal Tuesday night as well in regulation. Of course, Adam Reiniger with a overtime hat trick. Never heard of such a thing.
That was quite something there. You know you can score multiple goals in overtime. It's possible, but you don't see that often.
Oh, it's very rare, yeah.
And one guy did all the scoring. That's even crazier.
Yeah. Unprecedented, as they would say. Here is Carter. Carter does a nice job getting away from a couple of defenders, sends it into the middle to Chris Munoz. Munoz sends it up, trying to find Garofalo. Almost worked. Granite City got a leg on that ball, and it had a little spin on it, and that ball is going to end up going out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Granite City, as a throw-in will come right from underneath our location, and it'll be thrown in by Ryan Rash. Rash off of the head of Morales. Collinsville trying to go back to work offensively. Here is Doria. Doria sends it up, trying to spring free. Trey Peterson. Peterson's got some room, takes a shot. Oh, just missed wide over here on this near side. Man, oh man, Peterson thought he had that goal, and that just missed that near side post.
Maybe went in a little too far there and left himself a little tough angle there to get that one past the goalie. Good job of the goalie defending his goal there and making Peterson have to adjust on that.
Ball comes out toward midfield. Morales uses his head to get a little farther down, but there is Reeves once again. Up to Blaylock, and Collinsville then takes over. Borm, a little side kick over to Morales, and Morales trying to find Doria. He did, but the Granite City player came in there and defended that one quite well. Nice job keeping that ball in the field of play by Elijah Blaylock, and Blaylock gets the ball up to Hernandez, and Hernandez then loses it. As Ty Starko comes away with it. Into the box on the Granite City side it goes. Ooh, got to be careful there. And Carter finally gets it out of there, up to Morales. And Morales will send it back to the defense once again. And then up it goes to Garofalo. Garofalo did the splits, let it go between his legs, and turned right around and got the ball. He's got a head of steam. He's got a little bit of room to work with. That room's closing quickly. He'll put on the brakes and send it back to midfield to Borm. Borm sends it over to the far sideline now for Carter. Carter surveys things, sends it over to Peterson. Peterson moves up into the box, takes a little bit of a weak shot pass, and Doria had that shot blocked off of the shins of one of the defenders for Granite City, and across the end line it goes, and Collinsville will pick up their third corner kick of this game.
Great patience by Peterson, not taking that long shot, letting Juan Carlos Doria do his thing up there and try to send him past to him and get that easy shot out in front.
There's the corner kick. It's low, and it doesn't even quite make it. And now we are going to have another corner kick. That one headed off over the end line. And instead of a corner kick, it's another pass. Comes all the way outside the box, and then a little bender going toward the box. No good. Doria's there, and that one's in. But did I hear a whistle?
Yeah, he was way out in front there.
Okay.
He was offsides.
Yep.
Stationed right behind the defense there, and they got him. He buried it high, but doesn't count.
It does not. So a goal kick restart coming up here for Granite City. You can hear the wind in the microphones, and boy, that wind got a hold of that ball, and it did not go very far. As I mentioned, wind gusting around 15 miles an hour, sometimes 20, and it's supposed to be really windy the next couple of days. Here's Garofalo. Garofalo right underneath our location. Sends it back over to Morales. Morales pokes the ball up for Doria. Doria over to Garofalo. Garofalo here on this near side sideline. Heads toward the corner kick area. Not a lot of room to maneuver, and that ball ends up going over the side line, and it's going to belong to Collinsville, and the Canucks are going to have a throw in. Reiniger's at the end of the bench warming up. I don't think he came in, even though I had him listed as a starter.
I believe he was the first one subbed out for Doria.
Oh, okay.
He was calling his name earlier.
I didn't even see that substitution. I only saw the Granite City one, and Granite City's ready to sub again as Keller Hickman stands right underneath our location ready to come in. I kind of like being this close to the sideline where all the subs come in, then I know who they are. Kahok Stadium, man, it's like so far away. You have binoculars, but I don't.
I think Reiniger's maybe just kind of cooling himself down, staying stretched out. I'd be surprised if he comes back in.
At midfield, no score. Collinsville and Granite City as we approach 22 minutes left to play here in this first half of this season finale. Good luck to the Blues tonight. They open up at Dallas before they come home to face the Kraken of Seattle on Saturday in their home opener. Baseball playoffs have been crazy. Dodgers have already been knocked out. Who would have thought?
How about that 4 home runs in one
Yeah.
inning? That was a
4 home runs in 1 inning for Arizona last night. All came in the third.
The fourth one was wild because he hit the home run and then they reviewed it and called a foul and then hit a home run again on the next pitch.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch any of that. There is a try by Collinsville in the box, but that's blocked out. Granite City sends it back out, and it's going to take a bounce into the Collinsville bench. And a throw-in coming up here for the Kahawks.
Okay, Reiniger comes back in.
Coach Lugie, he's going to throw the ball in? Oh, no. Okay, he's going to give it to Garofalo. Joey Morales tossed it to Coach Lugie. I thought he was going to, let me do it once. I miss it.
Here again, the Warriors, number 13, Keller Hickam.
Hickam checks into the game. Reiniger checks back in for Collinsville as the ball goes back out to midfield. Here comes Granite City, and the just inserted Keller Hickman sends the ball up, trying to anyway, didn't get very far. Mahat sends it up to Peterson. Peterson tries to enter over there on that right wing, but that ball got too far in front of him, and he just kind of let the Granite City guy have it there. And now a nice job pitching in is Starko. Back out to midfield. Here is Borm. Borm sends it over here to the near side for Joey Morales. Morales will get the ball right back. Oh, just missed his leg. But there is Reiniger to clean up the mess. He'll give it to Garofalo. Back to Morales, who punches it over to Doria. Nice ball movement here by Collinsville. Doria trying to maneuver his way into the box. He does. And a loose ball that's going to bank off of the legs of one of the Granite City players. And Collinsville is going to have their 5th corner kick of this game. And this one's going to come from the near side. There's the back of Chris Kettler's head. Not a lot of room up here, man.
That's what they want to see. I'll just wait for the ball to come in shot.
Yeah, I can barely get the corner kicker into the picture anyway because of the window seal. Blocked back out across the line, and again, we are going to have another corner kick. That one ends up going over the fence into that field over there.
Over right in that new, well, that's the baseball field over there, and then also back there's that new softball field.
Yep. Newly turfed softball field. Here's the corner kick, high, comes all the way out the other side, and sent back into the middle, and a goal off of the head of Starko.
Yeah. Everybody was kind of surprised that went in.
Yeah.
Got played back to Mahat, I believe, and off of Starko's head and in. So all the corner kicks finally pay off for the Kahawks. Not much of a reaction from anybody after it went in, even the crowd.
Yeah. That was kind of shocked. I saw the ball hit the back of the net, so I know that happened.
I thought I was missing a foul or something called. No one did that. So goal Chaos.
So Ty Starko.
Has he had any other goals this year?
He has not. That is his first goal of the year. Collinsville leads 1-0. As we have 19 minutes left to play here in this opening half. Borm sends the ball over to Carter. Carter, he's got some moves. He's got some speed. Comes over onto that right wing, and that ball will be sent out of the sideline. Collinsville will have a throw in from over there. And it'll be Carter, but not before a whistle blows. That'll allow Chris Munoz to check back into the game, and Sam Garofalo will head to the bench. Houston Astros in the American League Championship Series for the 7th year in a row. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of the Houston Astros. Houston and Texas, huh? The Battle of Texas in the American League Championship Series. Here is a shot, and that one just barely missed. Collinsville with a rocket shot over there. I believe that was Trey Peterson who shot that. And that one goes across the end line, so Collinsville is going to have goal kick number 7 coming up here.
That one away, and as it went across, still might have stayed high and out, but Chaos get the corner.
Ball comes out to Morales, and Morales will just sky one, and it's going to be right in front. Collinsville almost had another chance for a kick right in front of the net, but that was a little clogged up over there, and
it just got behind Compton. He was right there.
Yeah.
And if it would have just went on his foot, he would have buried it. But it was just right behind him.
Collinsville with 7 corner kicks now to Granite City's 1. And the Kahawks already have registered 4 shots on goal. Granite City has yet to test Mr. Henson down here to your far right. Collinsville trying to score another one. There's a little nice step, and that's going to be offsides. Just barely, man. That was a nice little side kick there by Adam Reiniger, and he was trying to spring Trey Peterson coming up that right side of the box over there and did so, but Peterson just one step behind the defenders, and it was called offside.
Might have been a little surprised that Reiniger passed that to him. Didn't get a chance to get onside. Not expecting that pass.
Out to midfield it goes. Banks off of the backside of Borm. Brett, by the way, he's here. He's watching as a parent. We told him this window up here is so small that there's not enough room for 3 of us. But Mr. Borm will join us Tuesday from Edwardsville. Plenty of room in that box. So myself and Chris Kettler and Mr. Brett Borm will be bringing you that playoff game against Quincy on Tuesday night. That one goes into the crowd over there wearing the purple and the white. Both teams very well represented here tonight. First annual Paz Cup. Little Zoot Suit riot going on over there by the pep band. They were talking about extending halftime farther than 10 minutes here, but I talked to John Mone. He's like, nope, it's just a pep band. We're not going to have a marching band on the field like they do at football games, so no reason to make the halftime longer. They will have a 50-50 drawing for Alex Paz.
Interesting where he throws this one in. Okay.
Yeah.
He just finds a spot
between
the.
Got to get in between the cheerleaders and the dance team.
Yep.
That one's going to go to the sideline area and then popped straight up in the air. Reeves.
Referees will probably be pretty lenient on the throw-ins over there. Just find a spot.
Find a spot. If it works, it works. That was a nice job by Morales to keep that ball in. I thought for sure that was going to cross the line. Here is Compton. Now up to Doria. Over to Morales. Morales, he finds Reiniger. Reiniger stretching that hamstring out, man. You got to be careful.
That's what he went down with the injury against Waterloo.
Went reaching for that ball and stretched that leg out. Here is an opportunity for Granite City. They take the shot, but it's a little slow roller. I do not think that Armando Hernandez got enough foot on that ball to make a little bit of a difference there. It just kind of rolled to Henson, but it is the first shot on goal for Granite City in this game. 14 and a half minutes to go here in this first half. Here is Morales. Morales Sends the ball up to midfield. Finds the birthday boy Landon Mahat, 18 years old today. The senior is. Back to Compton. Compton sends the ball up to Doria. Doria circles. Nice pass. He finds Chris Munoz. Munoz from the near sideline. Trying to enter the box over here on this left side. Into the middle. Just missed the foot of Trey Peterson. And then it comes out to Compton once again. Compton over here for Morales. Morales sends it to Compton. Compton skirts right in front of his bench. Sends it up into the corner of the box for Trey Peterson. Peterson with a shot, but that goes wide. He had enough time to settle down and maybe get a really good shot on goal, but he spun around, saw the ball, and decided to go ahead and take the shot. Reiniger, by the way, as you would probably expect, leads Collinsville in goals with 18 on the year. Leader in goals for Granite City is Hermando Hernandez, who had a chance here a moment ago. He has 8. And then you have 5 other guys with 1 goal each. That's 13 goals. That's all that Granite City has scored this year.
Number 11, Sam Garofalo. For number 3, Trey Peterson.
What was that?
The announcement, not too sure.
Well, I heard Garofalo and Peterson. Garofalo.
I guess he's just announcing who's
Oh,
for
came
who,
back
I
in.
guess.
Okay, I got you. Granite City has scored 13 goals this year, 1.1 per game. They've given up 36. That equals 3 per game. Collinsville comes into this contest having scored 45 goals on the year, 2.7 per contest, and the Kahawks have given up 24, and that averages out to about 1.4 per game. At midfield is where we are, and Nash Young with it for Granite City, and they saved that one from going out of bounds. Nope, they didn't. Must have just barely went out of bounds. 12:20 left to play here in this first half. Collinsville up 1-0 on the first goal of the year by Ty Starko. Sam Garofalo leads the team as far as assists go for Collinsville with 8. And this play takes place right below us. Here is Reiniger. Gets it up to Doria. Doria cuts from the sideline, heading toward the box. Had that ball just punched off of his foot by Ryan Rash. And at midfield, Granite City trying to get around Borm, but Borm held steady. Did a nice job there defensively and didn't hold any ground. Here's a chance for Garofalo. Garofalo trying to sneak around Reeves and couldn't do it. Reeves is a big kid out there, and it was hard to get around him, but here is Mahat. He gets the loose ball up to Reiniger. Reiniger trying to put on some moves, gives it to Garofalo just outside the box. Garofalo looks around, gives it back to Adam. Reiniger turns around, sends it back over here to Morales. Morales will send the ball into the box, a little bender that Reeves takes care of. Here's Reiniger, though. He steps right in front of the ball, and now a couple of Kahawks in there tangled up. Munoz was one of those, but Granite City, they're the ones that come away with the ball. Here is Nash Young. Young sends the ball on up to Ben Wilson. Wilson trying to spring Hernandez, but Compton was the one who got there first, and then Hernandez kind of gives him a little touch from behind. Compton went down. Hernandez got a couple of defenders to deal with. He takes a shot, and it is on goal, but Hinson is there with the save. 10:40 left to play here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville as the Kahawks get ready to bring back in Trey Peterson and Mikey Suarez ready to check back in at the next opportunity. Patrick French for Granite City also looking to check back in. At midfield is where we are. Here's Borm.
I got a whistle here. And
I don't know what he did, but it's a whistle. It's going to go against Granite City.
handball, I believe.
Was it? That was against Hernandez.
Can't get this going.
So back to work go the Kahawks. Off of the head of one of the Granite City players, and then he's there to, when it falls down from the heavens, he's there to take care of it. Back up to midfield we go. Here is Seth Blaylock. Blaylock almost had that one sent right back to him, and it ends up finding the leg of Young. Now over here to Rash. Rash coming up the sideline. Garofalo tailing him the whole way. And that ball goes out of bounds. Throw in coming up here. Or is a
It's going to be a foul in play.
they're gonna call it a free kick, huh?
Yeah, foul in play. So
I'm gonna call that one against Collinsville. So a free kick coming up here for David Ruiz, right in front of his bench and right in front of his head coach Ryan Reeves.
subs don't get to come in yet.
Granite City's got another sub waiting to come in. R.J. Brookshire will check back into the game. Patrick French as well. But first, David Ruiz with a free kick. It's popped up right in front of the box. And off of a head and right into the hands of Braden Hinson.
And right, two Granite City players side by side off
Yeah.
their head, and just didn't pop up enough to get past Hinson.
So Collinsville goes back to work offensively, and was a pass that was intended for Reiniger but never made it to him, and now Borm will send it over to Starko. Starko has the only goal in this game, Ty's first goal of the year. He's a defender, so they don't get opportunities to score goals very often, so you know he's going to cherish that moment. That ball ends up going out of bounds, and now we will have our substitutions as Mikey Suarez and Trey Peterson check back into the game. Patrick French and R.J. Brookshire do the same thing for Granite City. Off for Granite City is Ben Wilson and Keller Hickam. Doria and Reiniger will head to the bench for Collinsville. Throw-in will come right in front of the Kahok bench by Garofalo. He throws it in over the head of everybody. Into the box it goes, and Reeves pops that ball straight up into the air. Comes down for Garofalo, and Garofalo will send it back toward the middle, but there wasn't anybody there wearing the purple and the white. And here is Morales. He steps into one, gets it up to Munoz. Munoz got taken off of that ball by Reeves. And then Suarez sends it over to the far side for Peterson. Suarez and Peterson just checked back into the game. Peterson all the way over into the far side of the 18-yard box. Takes the turn, sends a high one out the other side. And that one is going to not go over the line. So Granite City takes control of it, and they'll bring it up here, and it'll go out of bounds right underneath us. Throw in. Right underneath us. Ball comes in for Mahat. Mahat to Garofalo. Garofalo to Munoz. A shot that goes wide. Coming up on 6.5 minutes to go here in this first half. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville.
Munoz had a little more room to work with. He could have dribbled that ball in a few more steps before taking that shot.
Goal kick restart. Out to midfield. Comes out for Starko. Starko sends the ball up, but right onto the foot of Blaylock for Granite City. Collinsville gets it back, though. And here is Peterson all the way over outside the box. Peterson puts a little centering pass up and off of the head of one of the defenders for Granite City right there at that near post. That was a nice play by Ryan Rash. Collinsville didn't have a player there that could help out. A loose ball picked up here at midfield by Nash Young. Young gets the ball over to Patrick French. French right underneath the box here. And to Young once again. Young moves the ball up. Blaylock trying to spring French but couldn't do it. Collinsville's defense holds tough. Compton with a rare turnover. And Granite City goes back to work. Here's Hernandez. Hernandez will just poke one up into the box, and it rolls slowly to Braden Hinson. Coming up on 5 minutes to go here in this first half. Collinsville has kind of owned this series since 1999. Collinsville is 16-7-2 versus Granite City. 2-1 versus the Warriors in the playoffs. That will give you an 18-8-2 record for Collinsville. That one gets past everybody, and that was real close. Lakin kind of stood there at the edge of the box and waited for it to bounce up into his hands just as Peterson was closing in on it. 4.5 minutes to go. Up to midfield we go, and off of Borm. Borm to Peterson. Trey starts heading upfield. Here is Garofalo. Garofalo splits the defense, looking for a little bit more wiggle room. Sends the ball all up to Suarez. Back to Garofalo. Garofalo got taken off the ball. Granite City comes up with it. They'll send it right into the front of the box, and then over here toward this near side. Still trying to get it out of harm's way, but now they finally get a little separation as the ball makes it onto the foot of Elijah Blaylock. Blaylock at midfield will send it over there toward the band and right into the band. It'd be funny if it landed in one of those tubas, wouldn't it?
That'd be something else.
Yeah, it would be.
We'd have to get a new one and a new tuba.
Yeah.
9 comes in for the Cahoks. Juan Gutierrez comes on.
Juan Gutierrez, a senior midfielder. Throw in comes from Carter.
Haven't seen him get a lot of playing time.
No, just the senior night. That was the only time I've seen him.
Yeah, played the senior night. And
Yes. Peterson gets taken down from behind.
made some of the mop-up time like that 8-1 Alton game.
Yeah.
So he's played
Good
sparingly.
idea for the Cahoks, number 9, Juan Gutierrez. Number 5, Mikey
So
Suarez.
the free kick turned into a pass to Compton. Compton sends the ball up to the newly inserted Juan Gutierrez. Now Granite City sends the ball down, but it's going to take a bounce right into the Warriors bench. 3 minutes to go here in this first half. Last win by Granite City over Collinsville in the world of soccer was a 2-1 Warriors win at Kansas City, or excuse me, at Kahok Stadium. And that was in
Is that 18?
2018, yeah.
Yeah, that was
the last loss of the year until we lost the semifinal game at State.
Yeah, it was a tie, and then they decided they just wanted to do penalty kicks, and they counted it as a win or a loss either way. So it was penalty kicks that they didn't need to do. So, but I guess it still counts as a loss.
Yeah, it wasn't. Here's a chance for Collinsville, and Lakin will come out and scoop it up before anybody has a chance. Wasn't that the last year that Granite City was in the Southwestern Conference, or was that their first year out?
I believe that's the first year out.
Okay. Ball back out to midfield. Yeah, they that would be the last loss that year until that 1-0 loss to Libertyville in the state semifinals. The very next day, though, Collinsville did pick up a win and brought home that third-place trophy. Here's Morales. He gets a load into that ball, but Reeves is right there to take it off of his foot. And Ryan Rash will send it back out to midfield for Blaylock. Blaylock sends it over to one of his teammates. I believe that's, I can't tell, can't see the number. So I'll just keep it at that. Back out to midfield to Landon Mahat. Over to Munoz. Munoz looking to spring Garofalo, but I think he left him a little bit too far. Garofalo did stop it before it crossed the end line. And now over here in this near side by the corner kick area, Garofalo comes out and then sends the ball up and gets the ball back.
Minute to go.
Yep, 1 minute left. Back out toward the middle of the field for Borm. Borm off of Trey Peterson. Peterson trying to fight off Seth Blaylock. And Peterson staying with it all the way back out to midfield. Here's Starko. He's got the only goal of the game on a corner kick header. And up to Compton. 35 seconds left to play here in this first half. To Garofalo. To Gutierrez, and Garofalo couldn't pick the ball back up after it left the foot of Gutierrez. As Granite City comes away with it. Here is Patrick French. Sends the ball out to midfield. Got the Woods Basement System halftime show coming up for you. We'll scour the area for some soccer scores. I'm sure there's a lot of season finales going on here tonight.
9, 8.
As we are down to the final few seconds.
See if we can get that volleyball score.
4.
Yep, got a volleyball score. Ladies are at home on their pink out night versus
Oh.
Alton. And that is the end of one half of play. Cahoks have the 1-0 lead, and the goal scored by Ty Starko, and it's now time for the Woods Basement Systems halftime show, brought to you by my good friends at Woods Basement Systems. They've been doing their best to help keep homes dry in the area since 1986. Give Woods Basement Systems a call at their Collinsville headquarters at 618-708-4045. 5-5. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. We're back with the Woods Basement Systems halftime show in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Looking for good food, good times, and good people? Look no further than the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Just over the bridge from the Kahok Stadium, Bridge Inn features a friendly and courteous staff that serves up the coldest drinks and the best food in the Metro East. Lunch and dinner is available daily, with a breakfast menu every Saturdays and Sunday morning. And don't forget about fantastic fish fry Fridays. Bridge Inn also features pool tournaments on most weekends and a gaming area for the over 21 crowd. Bridge Inn in Caseyville. Check them out at 519 North Main Street in Caseyville. Call for carryout orders at 618-344-3530. The best is yet to come at the Bridge Inn in Caseyville. 618-344-3530.
Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahok Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, two great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahok Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistance Association. Go Kahawks!
And we welcome you back into the Woods Basement Systems halftime show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Collinsville leading here by a score of 1-0. Ty Starko picks up his first goal of the year in the first half, and that is the only scoring that we have thus far. 1-0 in favor of Collinsville. Well, Dave Wilhelm chiming in on the chat line. Not many grass fields like this remain. You are right, Mr. Wilhelm, and I hate to burst your bubble, but this is the last grass game that's going to take place here after they in this game, I believe sometime next week, they're going to start tearing up this grass, and they're going to replace it with a turf field. So Gene Baker Field on one side of the press box will be turf, and the Kevin Green football field on the other side is already turfed. So there you go. Not a lot to talk about. We got a volleyball score. The Lady Kahawks won their volleyball game over Alton on Pink Out Night, 25-17 and 25-22. And one soccer score to tell you about, and that has Triad beating Jerseyville by a score of 9-0. That's going to do it for a very abbreviated Woods Basement Systems halftime show. Again, if you have some water damage, water problems in your house, and you need Woods Basement Systems to come help you out, they have been working to keep homes dry since 1986. I'm sure they can do you a solid. 618-708-4055. Second half action, that's coming your way next on the Kahawk Sports Network.
Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahawk alums. Located at 1966 Vandalia, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is your one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking. Providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pit master. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com. 618-855-8855. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Once again, we welcome you back to Granite City High School. Todd Duke and Chris Kettler with you as we are underway here in this second half. Collinsville up 1-0 on a first-half goal by Ty Starko. As we switch into the fields, Collinsville will now be shooting at the goal to your right.
Doria sends that one in on goal, and 2 bounces to the Warrior keeper. Picks it up off the ground.
And Mr. Tyler Lakin will have the wind at his back in this second half, so that'll help him out. Collinsville will be playing into the wind. Here is Carter, up to Borm, up to Morales, and Chris Munoz. Munoz trying to spring Trey Peterson over here on this right wing. I'm really surprised to see Reiniger and Peterson and Garofalo all out there to start the second half. Here's Garofalo. Garofalo takes a shot that goes wide and ends up going behind the goal.
Yeah, well,
So,
I guess we were under the impression that both teams were going to just kind of clear the bench here in this game.
yeah.
Let
Hearing
it
both
be.
coaches talk before the game, I figured that was going to happen. I didn't figure that either team would be sending out the
I guess they
same
were
starters.
waiting for the other one to blink. Like, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah,
Sure,
sure, yeah. We're still in this game. Come on. There is an opportunity for Collinsville. Doria in front of the box over on the far corner. He tries to send a pass over to Garofalo, but that never made it that far. And then out at midfield off of the head of Ty Starko. Brett Borm trying to track it down, but he can't. Off of the head of one of the Granite City players. And here is Hernandez. Gets a little tangled up with Starko there. And Hernandez trying to work his way around Ty, but instead the ball finds Carter, who ends up finding Munoz. Munoz sends the ball all the way down range, and Garofalo, he's trying to get there first, trying to fend off Rash. He does, and Garofalo in front of Rash will turn and circle with the ball. Has Reiniger, but Reiniger's already got 2 guys converging on him. Garofalo gets around Hernandez and puts a shot on goal, and a save over in the corner right up against the post by Lakin.
Just about popped out of his hands, and it would have went over the line, given the Chaos corner, but Lakin holds on to it.
Yeah. Popped up, heading out toward midfield.
I'd say midfield is quite dark here at this stadium with the lights on just on each end.
Yeah.
About a third of the way down on each end. It leaves midfield very dark.
Kind of does, doesn't it? Here is Carter. Borm sends it back to Compton. Compton stops and sends the ball back over to Starko, who's playing in the middle of the 2 defenders, which would be Compton and TJ Carter. Carter playing where Borm usually plays, and Borm has been moved up to more of a midfield position. Here is Munoz. He just taps one into the box, and that's a slow roller that Lakin will have no problem with.
Like the band has had enough. They'll head out. And
I'm kind of happy about that, to tell you the truth. It's kind of weird doing play-by-play over music. Out to midfield we go. We understand that Keller Hickam, I believe one of his relatives won that 50-50 drawing. It was up to, the winner could have got $620-something, but they decided to donate it back to Alex Paz and his family, so that was a nice gesture. Same thing I would have done. Over here on this near sideline, throw-in will come in right in front of the Granite City bench. It'll be Granite City with the honors. And off of Carter's head, and Peterson got a foot on it for a moment. That moment's over with, and Granite City sends it back out to midfield. Here is Blaylock. Blaylock surveys things, sends it up. Carter is there first, and then it finds Starko. Starko pops it up, but it goes right into this wind and doesn't stand a chance. And that ball ends up going out of bounds. It'll be another throw-in for Granite City right underneath our location, and it'll be Carson Williams with the throw-in honors. Little chip over into the middle. Seth Blaylock sends it up and sends it on to Elijah Blaylock. The Blaylock boys tag teaming it there. Starko trying to get it out of the box. He gets it up to the front, and it's taken care of there by Morales. And then a loose ball all the way over in front of the Kahok cheering faithful and out to midfield. Granite City going back to work, but that ball ends up going over the line. Landon Mahat, the birthday boy, ready to check back in at the next opportunity. Collinsville with only a 1-0 lead here. These two teams used to be involved in some tight, close games over the years when both of them were in the Southwestern Conference. Now, with Granite City out of the conference, they only play each other once a year. For a long time, though, Southwestern Conference games were only once a year, too. Doria out front, couldn't get a foot on it. Granite City does, and they'll send it all the way back out to midfield.
that made it for an even bigger game that you only saw them once a year.
Yeah. Now, of course, you play your conference opponent twice a year, home and away contests. Collinsville with the 1-0 lead, looking for a little bit more, and into the offensive zone they come, do the Kahawks. That ball is poked into the area with the cheer squad. They remain, even though the band is gone. Don't usually see cheerleaders at a soccer game either.
Yeah, we used to have them. I don't think they make it anymore, but maybe they do occasionally.
They might have their own competition. Oh, let's move that up a little bit. You're already a low enough talker, Chris. I need that microphone close to your mouth. 33 minutes left to play here in this second half. Ball comes in, and inside the box it goes, off of the head of Reiniger and into the hands of Lakin.
Reiniger could have used some help there. Somebody get that ball to bring it down their foot and put the shot on. Keok's really not pressing the issue here much here. Kind of just some back and forth volleying around the ball, and nobody's really pressing the issue too much.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a little bit of that here. Both of these teams know that this game doesn't mean much, and each team has a playoff game coming up Tuesday that they would rather keep everyone healthy for. So kind of hard to get out there, though, and turn down the volume on the intensity, though, don't you think? I mean, these guys are used to playing all out every game they go into, so.
Grant says, you know, you think they're playing the 1 seed. No, well, 1 seed's going to have them, but Fallon lost to Alton a couple games ago, so
yeah,
they're right there with them. So
you never can tell what's going to happen, man.
Grant's going for it, of course,
yeah.
Like they wouldn't anyway, but anything can happen with these soccer games.
Only 2 wins on the year for Granite City. One of those over Mater Dei. And a 1-0 home win over Jabot. 3-2-2 ties on the year. You know, 3 ties on the year are not all that strange, but when all 3 of them are 2-2, that's a little bit of an outlier, don't you think?
Definitely. Canucks only have the 1-1 tie.
Yeah.
Could have had that 2-2 tie with Waterloo with the missed PK.
These 2 teams, Granite City and Collinsville, tied each other twice since 1999, and both of those were 0-0 ties. First one in 2002 and then another one in 2008. Here is Carter with the ball underneath our location. Gets the ball up to Mahat. Mahat will send it out to midfield. And Braden Borm sends the ball over. Finds Morales. Morales sends the ball up, trying to find Peterson. It skips past the defender. Peterson comes in from the left side, takes a shot, but that's off of the backside of Drake Reeves. And I tell you what, man, Reeves, they got that kid positioned in perfect spots almost every time.
The hard defender, he knows where he needs to be.
I do believe that's the coach's son.
Canucks get this in quickly.
Here is Peterson again. He'll take a shot, and that one is in. And it ends up going off of the hands of Lakin. And then
right into Doria, and he punches it in. It's a goal for the Canucks.
Yeah, Doria scores the goal. And again, not a lot of celebration going on here, man. Everybody just kind of walks away from the goal, and that's like we drew it up that way, right?
It's kind of like, excuse me, I scored there by accident.
Yeah.
Doria didn't have to put really anything on it. It rolled across the goalie's body, and he's right there. So just send the ball in and never know what can happen.
Peterson gets an assist on that one. And it is 2-0 in favor of Collinsville as we get back to action.
Chaos goal scored by number 24,
Juan Carlos Doria ends up with his 8th goal of the year. That breaks a logjam for the tie for second coming into this game. Garofalo, Doria, and Peterson all had 7 goals on the year. So now Doria got a little separation there and has 8 goals. 30 minutes left to play here in the second half. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks trying to match their JV counterparts. JV ended their season tonight 11-5-1. If Collinsville can hold on and pull out the win here, the varsity Kahawks will be 11-6-1. Here is Reeves. He's got some power in that leg, and he's got the wind behind him. Sends it all the way up into the front of the box from beyond midfield. Collinsville, though, they are the ones who come away with it. Here is Carter. He sends it up the line trying to get it to Peterson, but that rolled off of the leg of Seth Blaylock and back out to midfield. Here's Garofalo with a little sidestep pass over to Morales. Morales, he finds Peterson. Peterson trying to get some separation, and he gets knocked off of the ball by Reeves. And that ball ends up going toward the line, but Peterson circles with it, looking for another opportunity to put a ball in the box. Here's Garofalo. Garofalo will send it over here for Carter. Carter looks to get around a player. He does so, comes over here on this right side, sends one into the box, but that's a slow roller that'll be handled by Lakin. Not Barry Larkin, shortstop for the Cincinnati Reds. Ty Lakin, goalkeeper for the Granite City Warriors. Out to midfield it goes. Ball rolls to Carson Williams. Williams sends the ball up. Blues opening up in Dallas tonight. Dallas has a 1-0 lead, 12 seconds into the game. That's a very auspicious start.
That's a way to start the season, I
yeah.
guess. Oh, no.
It's a long season, and it's going to be a long game. I mean, 12 seconds in, okay. Here's Peterson. Peterson with a shot and a save by Lakin. He got a hand on it just enough, and the ball rolls out by that far side post. And then Granite City will just send the ball across the sideline.
Lakin had to really sprawl out to get that
Sure
one
did.
before got to that far side post.
Used all of that length. Mikey Suarez checks into the game. Adam Reiniger will head to the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't come back in, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he did. Here is Garofalo. Garofalo will come in to the box from the far side. Sends one into the middle to Suarez. Suarez with a shot, but that banks off of the backside of two defenders that were up there on that line, and Granite City comes away with the ball. Here is Seth Blaylock. Carter got in his way, but it finds the foot of Patrick French. Now out to midfield, and it's Nash Young. Young sends it over to the far side, and it's sent up that sideline, and it's going to roll all the way to the end line, and Compton will let it roll across the end line, and it'll go out of bounds. And I believe Robbie Freeman is now in goal for Collinsville. So Henson got the first half. Freeman gets the second half. Freeman on the year, 605 minutes, has a record of 4-3. A couple of shutouts of his own. 11 goals allowed, just like Henson. And a 1.45 goals against average for Robbie Freeman, and a save percentage right at 71%. In front of the K-Hawks bench, Peterson. He throws the ball in and tries to find Doria. He gets a little shove from behind by Reeves, but nothing egregious anyway. Here is Carter up to Doria. Doria right underneath our location to Peterson. Peterson trying to get it up to Mikey Suarez. He got bumped off the ball, but it finds Doria. Doria sends the ball back over to Carter. Carter back to Doria. Doria at midfield finds Borm, and Borm will just send the ball over to Compton. Compton pokes the ball into the front of the box, and after a couple of bounces, it'll find Tyler Lakin. 25-45 left to play here in this second half. 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. Goal in the first half by Ty Starko, his first. And a goal here in this half by Juan Carlos Doria, his 8th and his second game in a row. Here's Carter. Carter over to Peterson. Peterson trying to split the defense and tried to catch back up with the ball, but he did not catch back up with it, and it comes back all the way to midfield to Compton. Compton to Starko, and at midfield, Mikey Suarez will just send it on back to defense, and Collinsville will reset for another offensive push.
Turned over here, Granite City coming the other way.
At midfield, picked up by the Warriors, and sent over to the far side. And Granite City trying to set up for a possible goal, and boy, that one was headed right for Patrick French until TJ Carter stepped right in front of it. That was a nice play there by Carter. Collinsville, after the rebound, comes back the other way. Here is Garofalo with some room and some steam. He takes the shot, but that's going to go wide. Trying to get to it before it goes over the line is Suarez, I believe. But that ball does end up going over the line, and it's going to be a corner kick coming up here for Collinsville, I think.
Peterson tapped it over the end there. That goes against Kahok's.
Yep.
Goal kick.
Couldn't see the flag in the side judge's hands to find out where he was pointing, as Reeves will send this one back out to midfield. As I mentioned, got that wind behind him and makes it all the way back out to the midfield stripe. Collinsville takes over, though. Here is Borm. Borm over to Trey Peterson. Peterson sidesteps Carson Williams on defense. Nicely done there. And then all the way over to Garofalo. Garofalo will have to chase the ball down. He's in a race with Ryan Rash. And that ball ends up going over the line. Here is Tyler Hunterbrinker coming in for Collinsville. He'll take the place of Doria, as Ben Wilson and Keller Hickam check into the game for Granite City. Heading to the bench for the Warriors, Patrick French and Elijah Blaylock.
Entering for the Warriors, number 12, Ben Wilson.
Speaking of Blaylock, sorry to hear that the mother of the former owner of the Kahok Sports Network, Peyton Blaylock's mom, died a couple of days ago. I was kind of shocked when I saw that on Facebook. I didn't know that she was ailing, but apparently she was. So our thoughts go out to the Blaylock family.
Yeah, and our former head football coach, his wife, John Blaylock, was the football coach for a couple years in the past.
Yeah.
So that was his wife.
That's when Peyton still owned the Kahok Sports Network and employed me to be the play-by-play guy. And then a few years later, Peyton's like, hey, man, you want to buy it? I'm selling it. I'm like, yep. So thoughts and prayers out to the Blaylock family. that's got to be rough. Throw in comes in for Granite City, and then the ball ends up going out of bounds, and it'll belong to Collinsville this time. And they'll throw the ball in right in front of the Granite City bench. Carter does so. Finds Suarez. Back over to Carter. Carter springs it into the middle for Peterson. Trey comes up this near side sideline, looking for a little room to get that ball into the box. He'll have to get around a defender to do so, and he does. And then he gets the ball right back after a nice little screen play there by Hunter Brinker. And now Hunter Brinker gets his foot on the ball. He tried to send it up to Mikey Suarez, but he didn't get it to him. Instead, it finds the foot of Patrick French, and French moves upfield. Carter trying to contain Hernandez. Hernandez leads the Granite City Warriors in goals with 8. Gets it up to Nash Young. Young over here on this near sideline. Sends it up. Carter rejects it. And Hunter Brinker trying to find Peterson, but just mishit it a little bit. And now Reeves with it at midfield. Reeves sends the ball up. Finds Hernandez. Hernandez going back for the ball now. Trying to fend off Borm, and Borm's going to get called for a infraction, and it's going to be a free kick for Granite City here from probably about 30, 35 yards away. We don't have the luxury of having the yard markers on the ground as we do with football. Why does it say St. Louis and Dallas 0-0 at the end of one, but at the same time I see a power play goal by Dallas to make it 1-0. That doesn't make any sense. And it says 1948 of the first. So unless they put the goal up there and then reviewed it and said no goal, that could be the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I got 0-0.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'll take that then. There's a kick by Reeves from about 35 yards away that goes wide of the goal. So Collinsville will get a goal kick restart. And checking into the game now is Enrique Carranza. He's got a big body out there as well.
Entering the game for the Jayhawks, number 17, Enrique Carranza.
Halfway through the second half, 2-0 in favor of Collinsville as Braden Borm checks out of the game for Carranza. And at midfield, Carranza, he's going to get to touch that ball right off the bat. He'll send it over here for Carter. Carter sends it back to the defense, and Starko. Starko scored the first goal of this game in the first half. Collinsville had a 1-0 lead. They have since tallied another one. Juan Carlos Doria has, and it's 2-0 in favor of Collinsville. Into the middle of the field we go. Popped in to the front of the box, but Trey Peterson was already offside, and he'll kick the ball in the goal anyway. And the player for Granite City wants a yellow card because Peterson kicked the ball even though the whistle blew, and the referee will talk to Trey a little bit about that.
Yep, that's what that conversation is. But this near defender seemed like he was the farthest one back, not the one that was fronting Peterson there. So I wonder if he still might have been onside, but they got the call.
Yeah, they did. So right in front of the box, a free kick coming up here for Granite City. Into Granite's offensive zone it goes. Back out to midfield after a header by Collinsville, but Granite City ends up coming up with it anyway. Here is Hernandez. Hernandez turns around, starts heading forward, puts one right into the middle now for Blaylock. Back out to Hernandez. Hernandez trying to get around Starko. Starko doesn't give up much room. Sophomore he is. He's going to be good for the next couple of years for this Kahok defense. Here is Trey Peterson. Peterson sends the ball up, trying to spring Garofalo. Or excuse me, that's Mikey Suarez over here to Mahat. Let's see if the birthday boy can get a goal on his 18th birthday. Instead, back over to Peterson. Peterson cuts in from the right side, and he scores, does Trey Peterson. And Collinsville extends their lead out to 3-0.
Nice pass over to Peterson, and he just continued to cut it in deep and make that tough angle shot as the goalie over pursued, and he gets the goal, and that may end his night as him and Garofalo will go off, and Gutierrez comes back in, and Mikey Ortiz comes in for the first time.
Nice to see Diane Miller chiming in from the Lake of the Ozarks.
Kahok's goal scored by number
Should have been a
30,
beautiful day
Craig
out there today, right?
Yeah. I am sure. She's probably also very happy to hear that her Lady Kahok varsity volleyball team won 2 sets to none against Alton tonight.
Number 11,
As their granddaughter, Carly Altenberger, plays for the Lady Kahoks.
for the Kahawks. Number 9, Juan Gutierrez.
Juan Gutierrez checks into the game again.
For Trey Peterson.
Peterson comes out, as you observed that he probably would.
Just leaving a few more starters out there for the Kahawks, like Carter and Mahat and Compton and Starko might be the only ones.
Yeah. Already switched up goalkeepers. Henson had the first half. Freeman here in the second half. Here is Compton. Compton brings the ball up.
And Morales is still out there. He started.
Over Reeves. Reeves will use his head and just let his goalkeeper, Tyler Larkin, come out. Last playoff meeting between these two clubs was back in 2015. Collinsville won 4-0 in the regional semifinal before they lost a tough 1-0 game to Quincy in the regional championship game. Last playoff win for Granite City over Collinsville was also a 1-0 game, but that was all the way back in 2002. That was a regional championship game as well. Of course, these Granite City Warriors and their storied soccer history with 10 state championships in the world of boys soccer, 9 of those coming from the illustrious Gene Baker, who this field is named after. Besides the 9 times that Baker won state championships as the soccer head coach, he went to state 5 more times. That's just amazing to me that you can make it to state 14 times. Now, he was, there for 35 years as the head coach. Just, 690 wins, that's all. Only 145 losses and 60 ties in those 35 years.
Back then, Collinsville was going to state a lot too. So
Yeah.
if it wasn't Collinsville one year, it could have been. It was Granite City. That's why we used to have all these big battles.
Yeah. Collinsville with a couple of state championships in soccer in the 80s and back-to-back year in the 90s. Here are the Granite City Warriors as we have 14:45 left to play here in this second half. Chasing the ball down, it is Joey Morales. Morales over there in the far corner getting hassled from behind by Keller Hickman. Hickam. Out to midfield. Warriors take over. Here is Blaylock. Dr. Chris McCluskey chiming in as well. We're turning Dr. Chris into a big soccer fan. Thanks for the props there, Doc. We'll see you tomorrow night. All the way over on the far side in front of the Kahok faithful.
Yep, definitely looks like some of those Kahawks that have been subbed out or done for. They are changing out of their shirts and into different things, and they are not going to be back out there tonight.
Here is Starko. Sends the ball up to Suarez, who sends it over here to Carter right in front of Coach Lugie. Now back over to Starko, one of the remaining starters back out there. Here is Carter. Back over to Starko, and he'll send it over to Compton. The defensive starters have stayed in. The offensive starters pretty much gone.
Just Mahat.
Yep. There's
Might be trying to get him a goal, for a birthday goal.
Could be. Nothing like scoring on your birthday. A goal on your birthday? That sounds like something that a lot of kids that play sports would want. And Granite City, they'd like to get at least one before this game is over with, but Collinsville trying to prevent that. Here is Carter. He'll just poke the ball over to Freeman, and Carter will get it right back, and then the ball ends up out of bounds off of a Granite City player, so TJ will throw the ball in.
Nope, that'll win Mahat's night right there as McIntyre comes
Yep.
in now. No birthday goal. It doesn't appear so.
Well, just get him a birthday win. That's more important anyway, right? Jake McIntyre, sophomore midfielder, checks into the game.
Returning for the Warriors.
Rowe coming in from Carter. That ball bounces around in front of the Kahok bench.
Jake McIntyre for number 6, landing the hot.
And it stays over here on this near side sideline. Carter trying to let that ball roll across the end line, and they're going to call that one against Granite City, so it's going to be a corner kick coming up here for the Warriors. This will be their second corner kick of the night. Collinsville has already had 7 corner kicks. They scored off of 1. Corner kick here on this near side sideline. And it's on the way. In front, popped up, and it will come right to Freeman. He'll have to go over to that near side post to collect it, but nevertheless, they avoid the shot on goal. 11:40 left to play here in this second half. 3-0 in favor of Collinsville. Kahawks trying to pick up win number 11 on the year. And an opportunity for goal number 4, and then getting pushed off the ball. No whistle on the play, so they're going to let that one slide as Tyler Hunterbringer kind of got shoved down from behind right in the corner of the box area here. Referee said no foul, keep on playing. Rolls out to the senior goalkeeper, Robbie Freeman. Freeman, he'll send the ball up on a pass to McIntyre. McIntyre, sophomore midfielder. And all the way over onto the other side for Morales. Morales sends the ball up, trying to spring Mikey Suarez. Suarez couldn't settle the ball down enough. Granite City comes away with it. And we approach midfield. Granite City looking to get on the board here.
This one knocked out of bounds. Granite City will throw it in, but we'll get some subs in first.
10.5 minutes to play. We're going to have a substitute in goal for Granite City as they'll bring in Tyson Wilkinson, the other junior goalkeeper. And also we got
guys come in.
Tuff Bradley. What a first name there. Tuff. Tuff. Tuff Bradley comes into the game. Timo Bradley also comes into the game. They look like brothers. Could be. And also into the game is Chikyomauer Kanute. I don't have any idea. That was a total stab at that game.
See what Bo says.
Cheek Kanute. So we called him Cheek. They shortened up his first name. So Kanute, almost like a Knutson, right?
And Giovanni Mann comes in here for the Kahawks in this substitution. Andy Morales' night, we imagine.
Yep, I would think so too.
That just leaves
Starko?
Warriors number 6, Nash Young. Number 7, Seth Blaylock.
Or Starko and Compton.
Number 9, Armando Hernandez. Number 21, Drake Reeves.
Collinsville with the ball.
Yeah, it might just be Starko and Compton. It's the only starters left.
Yep. Mostly a substitute JV kind of game now for Collinsville, but hey, these guys need some work too because JV played their last game. That's going to be a takedown. Is it going to be in the box though?
It's like they're saying just outside of it.
Yeah. So Collinsville will have a free kick just out the right side of the box here instead of getting a PK out of it. And they'll test Tyson Wilkinson. Do not have any numbers on Mr. Wilkinson. Not sure if he even played or not. The goalkeeper stats just were not on the STL side. I actually had to email Ryan Reeves day before yesterday and asked him if he had some keeper stats for me, and he sent me some, so that's how I knew what I already knew. Suarez will take this kick. He does so. Lobs, and it comes down. Still in front. Collinsville trying to poke it home. They can't. Granite City gets a hold of it, but Suarez stops it. Still right into the front of that box, and then Granite City gets a little breathing room out of there. And Collinsville will take over at midfield. Here is Hunterbrinker. He'll send it back over to Compton. Compton. Back over to Hunterbrinker, and now Collinsville sends the ball up to Mikey Ortiz. Ortiz into the middle, has that one intercepted by Granite City. And Suarez once again outside the box. Takes that one off of the shins of the Granite City player. So Collinsville will have a throw in coming up here by Hunter Brinker right at the end of the Granite City bench. Into the box it goes. Popped off of the head of Ortiz. Now Ortiz trying to chase it down, and Granite City will let it go across the end line. And it'll be a goal kick restart coming up here for Tyson Wilkinson. 7:10 left to play here in this second half. Seth Blaylock, one of the starters for Granite City, will check back into the game. Off is Carson Williams. Excuse me. Goal kick restart, comes back out to midfield. 6:45 left to play. Here is Suarez trying to put on a move. Gets around his guy, puts a shot on goal, and a save over there by Wilkinson.
He's been wanting to get something out there and challenge that goalie. And wants a goal.
Yeah, you always want to try to challenge a new keeper that just gets brought into a game. That ball will have a lot of spin on it, and will end up right underneath us. Throw in coming up here for Granite City. Ben Wilson will, nope, he'll leave the ball for Seth Blaylock to throw in.
Returning for the Warriors, number 8, Patrick French for Ryan Rash.
French comes back in for Rash for the Warriors. Collinsville may be done with substitutions for right now. They only have 2 starters left out there from the original starting lineup. That would be Compton and Starko. Don't really see anybody else warming up, getting ready to come in. So those 2 starters might play the whole game, and that's about it for the starters. As we approach 5.5 minutes to go here in this second half. There's Ortiz trying to spring Carranza. Instead, Granite City comes up with the ball. Elijah Blaylock with it. Still trying to get around the much bigger Enrique Carranza. Still going at it over there are those 2. Now Carranza puts on a nice move and comes away with the ball. He'll just chip it back over to Compton. Compton will send it into the middle now for Starko. Starko, with his head up, will push the ball over here to this near side sideline for Hunter Brinker. Collinsville trying to get it back into the offensive zone, but that ball is going to go across the sideline and right in the Kahok bench. 4:45 left to play here in this second half. 3-0 in favor of Collinsville as Granite City with the ball, and Hunter Brinker kind of went for the ball at the same time that the Granite City player did, and they both kind of locked ankles, and down went R.J. Brookshire. Throw in comes in and bounces over the head of one of the Warriors players, but staying with it. And now back over here just outside the left side of this box. Granite City trying to find a way to maneuver in and get a shot against Freeman here. Out to midfield. They'll just go ahead and send the ball back over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson well out of the box, can't use his hands. And now out to midfield, picked up there by Collinsville's Giovanni Mann. To Starko. Starko got the first goal of this game. The only goal scored in the first half. Collinsville has added 2 goals here in the second half. That's where we stand right now, 3-0. 3:35 left to play here in this second half. I think mission accomplished, man. Looks like you're going to get out of here with the win, and you got your starters a little bit of playing time, so they're not totally rusty when Tuesday comes around. Now they're all safely sitting on the bench, most of them anyway.
Get out of here healthy.
Yeah.
And set the precedent here of winning this Ponds Cup.
Yeah. Not only that, but we have somewhat healthy Adam Reiniger going to play in the playoffs with us this year. Last year did not get that opportunity. Got hurt late last year and never did get to come into the playoffs. 2:50 left to play here in this second half. Collinsville up 3-0. Here is Suarez trying to thread the needle for Mikey Ortiz, but too many red shirts were back there for that to happen. And Granite City intercepts it. They try to bring it back up, but a pass to no one almost got intercepted there by Ortiz, and now Granite City comes away with the ball. Here is Ben Wilson. Wilson splits the defense, but he is going to get a free kick out of the deal, as I believe that Jake McIntyre got a little bit too much jersey, and the referee blew the whistle, so a free kick from midfield here. Free kick taken here by David Ruiz. Chiefs are playing tonight.
3-0 Chiefs.
3-0, man, against Denver. I would expect that would already be like 21-0. Off of the head of Collinsville's TJ Carter. Carter's still out there, so we have 3 starters out there. Here is Carter. He'll send the ball over to Freeman. Freeman will just boot it on out of there as we approach 90 seconds left to play here in this second half. Philly's gonna wrap it up tonight. That would be something if the Braves and the Dodgers are all knocked out, right?
I don't think the Braves are going to go that quietly.
I wouldn't think so either.
This goalie playing way out of the box, way out of his box.
Yeah, he is. Somebody would have got a lob shot over him. He wouldn't have had a chance to recover. We are down to the final minute of play here in this first edition of the Paz Cup. And it looks like Collinsville is going to have themselves a nice shiny trophy to take back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, and it'll stay there for a year. It'll come back out here next year, or actually next year's game will be at Collinsville. And the Cahoks will see if they can hold on to it.
We'll see if they keep the date the same or if they might try to adjust the schedule here. Maybe try to have a more competitive game date, or maybe it'll stay the same. We'll see.
Yeah, we will. For the most part, that schedule's probably already made out, but not set in stone.
Some adjustments could be made, but preference is probably to not change it.
Collinsville with the throw in as the Cahoks play out the final 15 seconds of this one. Here is Starko.
All right, yep. So this will wrap up the regular season, and it's time for the playoffs after this for the Cahoks.
Quincy awaits Collinsville at Edwardsville Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock. That sound means the game is over. 3-0 in favor of Collinsville as we switch things up now and welcome you into the post-game program brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road there in good old Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Cahoks win 3-0. Post-game show heads your way next on the Cahoks Sports Network.
The Ortho Gold TRT tissue regeneration machine is revolutionary new technology. It's known as a shockwave machine. In the hospital setting, it's lithotripsy. The machine looks sort of like an ultrasound head, but it's much different technology. It drives sound waves into tissue at 3,500 miles an hour. It's a 3 to 5 minute non-invasive treatment. This is revolutionary technology. It's great for acute, which means, injured tissue. New injuries per se, also chronic conditions. We have many people who have canceled knee replacements and shoulder replacements and treated lots of plantar fasciitis, foot, ankle problems. Overall, the OrthoGold TRT soft wave machine is revolutionary technology. We've been very excited to bring it to our practice, and we've already helped a tremendous amount of people with it, and we're looking forward to helping a lot more.
Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Harold Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Harold Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldharoldbrewing.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Shockwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It's just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
And once again, we welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahawk Sports Network. Collinsville wins the Paz Cup here tonight as they just got the cup presented to them by Alex Paz. As you see the Kahawks walking off the field with the brand new shiny silver trophy. So congratulations to Collinsville. And joining us now is the JV head coach and the assistant to Rob Luggie, and that would be Mr. Jeff Hayes, who used to roam the sidelines here at Gene Baker Field as the head coach back in the day. How you doing, sir?
I am fantastic. Good to see you today.
Nice to see you as well. All right, let's begin with a little JV talk. You guys win the game here tonight, the earlier game, by a score of 1-0 on a goal by Jeremy McDaniel. And you guys finish 11-5-1, man. You have just as many wins as the varsity guys do.
Yeah, the funny thing is we were talking about this a game or two ago. Somebody asked me what our record was. I was like, I don't know. I feel like maybe we're a little bit over 500, so I wasn't giving us enough credit. I mean, 11-5-1 is a pretty good season with the schedule that we have, so good for our boys.
Yeah, you guys hanging in there with your varsity counterparts who finished the year at 11-6-1. So you guys kind of mirrored each other.
Yeah, we did. We had a good tournament there in Highland. Lost a tough one to Triad and PKs. And even those 5 losses, one of them comes really late against O'Fallon, a really tough O'Fallon team. We lose 3-2. There was another one that we tied Edwardsville in the last couple minutes. So that's just how soccer is. I guess you could say, man, if we were a step or two quicker here or there, cleared the ball here or there, we wouldn't have 3 or 4 of those losses. But I'm really proud of the boys. This was a fun group to coach. They enjoyed playing with each other. They were cheering each other on. Cracking jokes with each other, and just had a really good time in training sessions and in games with each other.
Man, I'm looking at that roster on the JV side, dude. You got 2 juniors, 2 freshmen, and about 25 sophomores.
Yes. We're going to have some spots to fill at the varsity level for next year, but we definitely have some kids that are kind of waiting in the wings and chomping at the bits to get their opportunity up top.
Who do you think from the JV team we should be keeping an eye on the varsity side next year?
You know, there are several of those guys that are dual roster. Mikey Suarez is one that gets considerable minutes here towards the middle to late part of the season for varsity. Enrique's doing a good job. Mikey Ortiz is always a solid player. And honestly, like a guy like Tyler that got in tonight playing on the wing, a guy like Jake who is coming back from a knee injury and had an incredible season considering what we thought we were going to get from him and not playing that much. So there's a couple other guys I can mention. Jackson, he's another one that did a phenomenal job at the back line. I don't want to leave anybody else out, but there's several of them, and the competition is pretty tight between all of them. So it's going to be interesting to see who's the one that says, you know what, I'm going to step up and I'm going to be the man. And we kind of talked about that. Like, we need somebody to take it on their shoulders and say, I'm going to own this position. I'm going to own this player that I'm playing against tonight, and start to play with a lot more of that confidence at the upper level.
Got a couple of goalkeepers on the JV side. One's a freshman, one's a sophomore. So Braden Henson we'll see next year, I'm sure, as the primary varsity goalkeeper. Who do you think is going to be the backup there? You got any insight?
Yeah, I do, and I would tell these two guys because we've kind of had this conversation. They're going to be battling it out, and it's not who gave up the most goals in this game or who gets the starts. They have to understand that competition for next year started at the beginning of this year, and it goes every day throughout training. It goes every time you're getting on the bus. What's your attitude like before the games? If you're not going to be the starter, what's your body language on the sidelines? Are you cheering people on? So, you know, they've got a lot of time to figure that out on their own.
All right, let's move over to the varsity side. Nice win by the varsity team tonight, 3-0. Nice to see Ty Starko get his first goal of the year.
Yeah, you know what? Ty Starko, his uncle played here. His dad played here in Granite. That's a Granite family that I knew when I was in high school. Pretty interesting to see him get that first goal. He's a sophomore that's just been really solid for us. And we talked about him at the beginning of the season in preseason, thinking maybe he could play this position. I know he's done it for his club. He looks pretty good, but he's filled in and has missed a step the entire time. So he's had a great season for us, probably more than we expected. Timmy Henson's son, Braden, playing in goal. That's another Granite alum who's, like we just mentioned, you know, he was pretty much the starter most of the season here. So it was kind of neat to see those two boys out on this field do well today.
Yeah, and also nice to get out of here. Everybody seems relatively healthy. Nobody had to come out of the game. So you guys got some of the starters in there and, you know, got them some playing time and then took them out when you had to.
Yes, and it's that time of season where, you know, you have guys that just get these little nagging injuries, and that's the big concern, is that going into the postseason, one of those nagging injuries becomes something a little bit more. So it's nice to let them run around, get the kinks out, do some stretching, get on the gun, do some rolling, and then get them out healthy with a win on this field. And, you know, Granite's record might not be exactly what they want it to be, but I will say this about those boys. They always play hard. They come to play in this game all the time. So, you know, my years, this is probably season 9 for me, and every time we come here, it's a concern because you know they're going to give it their all.
What do we know about Quincy right now? Anything?
Quincy's not their record isn't as great as it has been in years past. They've lost one. I think it was to West, maybe 1-0. They've lost to a couple teams in our conference just by a goal or so. But they are kind of like a system team, and it's not a slouch first-round game for us. So we have to come ready to play because that's one of those games where if you fall behind early for whatever reason, you can be in for a long night or a short night, however you want to look at it.
Jeff Hayes, thanks for the visit, man.
Thank
we'll see you
sir.
Tuesday. All right, that is Jeff Hayes, the assistant coach here to Coach Rob Lugie and the head coach for the JV team, and we are just about out of time here. Time to go home. Everybody else seems to have left and left us here all alone. As we bring Chris Kettler back onto the other microphone, and Chris, this was kind of a fun game to watch, and you know the meaning behind it, the pass cup and everything. That was a little bit of emotional, but nice to come out of here with a win and get a little rest before you head into the playoffs.
Yeah, you got out here healthy and with all the stuff added here with the Pass Cup. It was fun to go out and kind of win the trophy and have that fun here, and you know, able to raise some money here for the family that needs the help here today. So a little kind of a game that might have been a little meaningless here had a little extra special meeting.
All right, that is Chris Keller. We thank you, sir, for your help.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
My name is Todd Duke, and that is going to do it for us here tonight. Both of us will be in the booth tomorrow night, but I'll be on the air. Chris will be manning the scoreboard there at Kahok Stadium as we have week number 8 of the high school football season, and it should be a good one. 4 and 3 teams, both Collinsville and Cahokia, will be on the air at 6:30, hopefully, holding off that rain and lightning and stuff. And kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. Big thank you to Coach Loogie joining us in the pregame show. Excuse me. I felt that coming. I was trying to not to get it out of there. And a big thank you again to Jeff Hayes for joining us on the postgame show. For Chris Kettler, my name is Todd Duke. Everybody, have yourselves a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow night.